Give me a break, Kyrie.
Sorry, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
For the sake of this video, let's start with a memory exercise. Do you remember the first game you ever played? Like, the very, very first? For me, it was Bug's Life for the Nintendo 64. It was my father's console, where we also sometimes played Star Wars Pod Racer and probably other games I was too young to remember. Hell, I barely actually remember playing Bug's Life. I was 6 at oldest, and damn do I remember how much I hated platforming at least. In fact, I'm pretty sure this game seeded my young brains to dislike 3D platformers in general, except for Super Mario 64. That one gets a pass. I love you, Super Mario 64. Great game. My one exception. Now, do you remember when you started to consider yourself a gamer? For most of you, I'd wager it was then, at your first game. You just knew right then and there that no matter what else happened in your life, you'd never not be able to play video games. For me, it took another 9 years, 4 consoles, a myriad of Nintendo games, and a little game you've probably never heard of. Skyrim. It was Skyrim. Of course it was Skyrim, it was 2012. My introduction to that kind of RPG came at the perfect time in my life. I was a nerdy, friendless freshman in high school, and if you knew me back then, no you didn't. That sort of escape, given to me by my now husband, was exactly what I needed to survive and thrive in what I can only genuinely consider the worst 4 years of my life. Seriously, did anyone actually like high school, or did I not like it because my ADHD hadn't been diagnosed and I was... But this feeling, that of being a gamer, didn't really start in the cold plains of Skyrim. The game merely kindled a flame I had no idea was already inside of me. Soon I found myself deep in the nuclear waste ruins of Washington, D.C., trying to find my dad who had left for milk. From there I ended up far under the sea in Andrew Ryan's objectivist capitalist paradise, and well, it was anything but a paradise. And still I was not done, and I landed in the world of Zanarkand, of Spira, the first game I actually remember making me cry. Those of you who are aware of my existence are likely already aware of the reverence I have for Final Fantasy X. For the better part of a decade, it's been my favorite RPG, nay, my favorite game, and that's even when placed up against other greats of the RPG genre. Even Skyrim. Why it was so important to me, I still really can't say, but God, it's an amazing game. Now, for you streamers out there, what was the first game you made content on? I thought for a long time that mine was Kingdom Hearts, and as far as my current run on Twitch goes, that's technically true. But my account is from 2016, and I just know, even if I don't remember, that the very few random streams that dot my past analytics from 2016 to 2019 are Final Fantasy X, complete with no mic, no face cam, and horrible bitrate and quality. I'm so glad those VODs don't exist. But even that wasn't the first game I tried to stream. I recently found in my Google Drive folder a file from 2015, and that file? A horrible quality video of me streaming Undertale over Steam to one of my mods, actually, Echo. So yeah, if you have any problems with me or my content, go talk to him. This is his fault. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I've played hundreds of games at this point in my life, and I still didn't entirely consider myself a gamer until I had already been streaming on Twitch for a little bit. Is that actually a requirement? Absolutely not, but it really took me trying to emulate creators I respect and look up to really start appreciating the games I've been playing, both on stream and in my personal time, to consider myself a gamer. And that's stupid. Ridiculous, even. I don't need to be told about the nuances of Twitch and the things you can do there. Trust me, I know and admire every single creator who's pushed boundaries and made Twitch what it is today, but you don't just decide to stream video games if you aren't, a gamer. I've been a gamer from the moment I started to play Bug's Life on the Nintendo 64. I was a gamer when I begged my grandfather to buy me Fire Red and not the Barbie game, despite being told that's a boys' game and almost disappointed. Are you sure? And I'd have been a gamer even if I got the Barbie game, let's be real. I was a gamer when I figured out that in order to solve a puzzle in Phantom Hourglass, I had to close my DS, and all by myself. I was already a gamer when I heard, "Hey you're finally awake" for the first time. I was a gamer when Amada woke me up and told me my dad left for cigarettes and hadn't come back. I was a gamer the first time I watched Titus and Need a Kiss in that Lake Macalania forest. I was a gamer when I first decided I should really give Twitch and content a go this time. And you know what? I'm a gamer now, too. Even so, I can't deny that creating content absolutely put another stamp on my gamer card, as it were. Because of it, I've played so many games I'd probably never even have sneezed at otherwise. Ocarina of Time, despite being an eternal classic and my love for Breath of the Wild, was barely on my radar. Telltale's The Walking Dead I saw no point in playing because what was the point of experiencing something I already knew the end of, and gosh was I wrong. Dark Souls? Who's she? Hell, I even found new joy in playing games I already knew I loved, like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X, simply by being able to share them with people who already had a similar love for the series that I did. The older I've gotten, the more I realize I never felt like a gamer, because even in a hobby made up of a community of nerds, misfits, and outcasts, I still never really felt like I fit in. For one, I'm a woman, and we all know how that can go over. I was also relatively casual in most games I played and never even really looked at the get good type games, which do have strong communities, and honestly, even among other introverts, I've always been extra introverted too. It wasn't until I started fostering my own community that I started feeling like I had a group, a raiding party, a family, like I finally fit in. Which is a huge part of why I'm making this video. Because of you guys, as of last night, when I'm writing this script, who knows when I'm recording it, I hit 500 subs on YouTube. Last week I hit 500 followers on Twitch. In 2 weeks I'm doing a panel on streaming for a local convention, and you know what? All 3 of those things are milestones I never thought in a million years I could accomplish. Things I never even thought I'd see until they were staring me down, right in the eyes, just around the corner like the leviathans they absolutely are not. And that's why I didn't consider myself a gamer. I'm regularly pretty unaware of my surroundings and what's going on outside of me and around me because of how loud what's going on inside of me is. Speaking of, I could use a snack. I've always been a gamer, and as much as I hate predestination as a concept, I almost feel like I was born to make game content. And to be a gamer, too. I was just blind to it until I finally pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I've played thousands of hours of games, and will play thousands more. And I'm never again going to let that little voice in my head try to convince me that I'm not a gamer, or that I haven't always been. Hey, really, thank you guys for 500 subs here and for 500 on Twitch too. I'm still floored by the support I keep receiving from you guys, and I definitely don't think I deserve it, but that's something for me and my future therapist to hash out. I think this is where I'm supposed to tell you all to do all the YouTube call to action stuff, but I always hated that sort of thing, so my socials are in the description, and tell me what your first games were in the comments, because I actually really want to know. I hope going forward I can make more cohesive than this, less disjointed content, so let me know if non-personal video essays are something y'all are interested in seeing. I've been wanting to make some video game essays for a little bit, I just haven't quite had the time, but I think if I can write out a script like this, I can write out a script for a video game essay. I've been Gun. Thank you for watching. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do some of the things I would, and have a great night.